guys and gals? Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Echo. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into one of the other short stories, and then we'll jump right into Flynn's Path, and then after Flynn's Path we'll do the Trip short story. Anyway, y'all, let's jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright, metaphor. Alrighty. September 2014. Or September 2014. Okay. Ugh, oh, that's me. Scales glistening with perspiration seen through his open button-down shirt. Flynn hefts some boxes down the roller conveyor. The Gila briskly walks over to his pallet jack, pumping it vigorously. He drags a stacked-up pallet of 15 packs of 24-count spring water bottles across the stockroom to the truck's trailer. Dumping the pallet in, he drags the jack back out, haphazardly abandoning it mid-walk as he gets to the clerical counter. He picks up a clipboard, checking off the work he just did, examining the list intently. His tail whips back and forth, the orange splotch patterns looking metallic in the sparse incandescent light. He's been working overnights at this distribution center for nearly 8 years, and for some reason he hasn't grown numb to it. Flynn plops the clipboard onto the counter, patting his pockets with his scaled claws, and pulls out a pack of cigarettes and a lighter. Sean, an armadillo, sees him walking toward the side exit. "Where do you think you're going?" "Taking my break." Sean rubs his face with both paws. "Okay, you're really doing this tonight? You know we still got 4 trailers left to fill, right?" Flynn pops a cigarette between his lips. "Yeah, and we still got 5 hours in the fucking shift. I'll be back." "You're shift lead!" "You know where to find me." Flynn leans against the building, unlit cigarette in his mouth, fidgeting with the lighter. It sparks over and over again, never igniting. He sighs, slipping the lighter back onto his pocket and switching it out with his phone. He scrolls through a few posts on social media, checking his messages, staring idly at his home screen. He perks up some at a distant revving. He picks out the familiar pickup truck from across the parking lot, greeting it as it pulls up. "About time. Were you too busy fapping at the moon?" "Huh, you'd like that. You're just lucky it happened to be up, otherwise you'd have no one to talk shit to." Flynn chuckles. Leo nods his head towards the Gila's snout. "Thought you didn't smoke anymore." Flynn takes a cigarette out of his mouth. Yeah, I don't." "So, what, you just like chewing on them?" Flynn clears his throat. Yeah, actually." "Alright, man. It's great if you quit, but you know I don't care what you do, right?" "No. He lets out of breath. "I'm serious. I quit. I don't like them." Look how guilty he looks. "It's like, you keep the thing that kills you between your teeth or whatever. It's from a movie. That's really fucking cheesy, man." Flynn pockets the cigarette and shrugs. "Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just liked it." Leo rolls his eyes, letting out a sighing laugh. He puts his paws behind his head and leans back against the building next to Flynn, looking up at the full moon. He reaches over, running his paw softly over the Gila's head spines. The reptile closes his eyes for a moment, humming at the touch. He looks over the glinting piece of silver on the wolf's wrist, shining in the moonlight. Leo looks too, their eyes locking briefly. Flynn snickers. "Your eyes are weird as hell. You say they're brown, but they always look red in the light." "Ha! Yeah, I've been told that before." Leo pulls his paws back. "Why'd you stop? You know I like having my spines petted." "Oh, my bad. I'm just messing with you. You're in a really good mood." "Huh, yeah, just touch starved, I guess." "Oh, you need me that bad, huh? You want to make cuddles and work a regular thing?" "Settle down, I can get better tail than you whenever I want." "Oh, these two are fucking. Really? Did not see that. Huh. Fuck you. Name the time and place." They laugh for a while. They fall into a comfortable silence, listening to the sounds, looking at the sky. "So, he's graduating in about a year now, right? We're supposed to be having some sort of reunion?" Leo leans back against the building. "Mm-hmm. Jen and Tej, too. Exciting, right? We'll be a crew again, just like back then." "Sure." Flynn takes a cigarette back out and rolls it around in his fingers for a bit before returning it to his mouth. "You don't seem all that excited." Flynn keeps it in his mouth as he speaks. "We've had separate lives these past few years, Leo. And a lot has happened, too. Some of it, well, you know, some of it's fucked. Just don't be surprised if it's not the same." Leo sighs. "Maybe. Either way, though, at least be nice to see everyone again." "For sure." Flynn takes the empty lighter back out. He strikes it once, twice, like the many times he has before, when he was feeling nervous or just needed something to do with his hands. He watches the sparks dance and die, searching desperately for gas, never finding any. He lifts the cigarette out of his mouth, eyes falling away from the wolf. He inhales. And I need to know where we stand, Leo. I don't want to get caught in the middle of that shit again. None of us do. The Red Wolf's shoulders ease down as he lets out a ragged sigh. He runs a paw up his snout, rubbing his eyes with his finger and thumb. Then he looks back at the towering reptile. I love you and Chase as friends. Very good friends. That's good enough for me. Flynn studies a determined look on Leo's face. He puts the cigarette back into his mouth. When he speaks again, it's level, almost monotone. I guess that's okay. If that's all you want. What do you mean? Flynn shrugs. Nothing. Oh. Oh, was that it? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna do the other one then, okay? Wow, that was, that did reveal quite a bit, I'll say. That was very good. Interesting. Alright, Trip. We'll do Trip then. We'll get both of them out of the way. Alright. What do we got? What am I gonna get? Ooh. This is weird. October 2014. I let the sugar cube roll around on my tongue, realizing how gross sugar really is without anything going into it. Go with it. Or maybe it's just LSD. Does acid taste like anything? What kind of voice did I do for him? I forget. It's been a long while. I guess the cube is a little bit bitter, sort of. I look over at Jeremy, who the hell is this then? Alright, so I look over at is it Mika? Is it Micah? I look over at Jeremy, whose mouth is open, and I can see the sugar cube bounce around on his tongue. Oh, it's Carl! Are you sure there's anything in this? I don't taste it. It don't taste like anything. At the cube, clack against my teeth a few times before it breaks up and starts dissolving a lot faster. No turning back now. I tap my hoof against the messy floor, making the bed I'm sitting on squeak. Jeremy grins at me. Dude, relax. Remember, good vibes, otherwise you're gonna trip bad. Him saying that only makes me more nervous, and I put my paws on my face, and put my face in my paws. Shit, man, I shouldn't have done this. Can I throw it up? He laughs at me, but at this point I'm so nervous I can't be mad at him. Anyway, I'm latching on to him for guidance because I know he's done this before. No, you can't throw it up. Remember, good vibes. This is about discovering yourself. Could we at least have done this outside? This isn't exactly my idea of a place I want to find myself in. I glance around Jeremy's trailer and wrinkle my nose. Now, my room isn't spotless, but Jeremy's place is downright nasty. Underneath the smell of pot is a layer of mold and rotting food. The light is a sickly yellow that turns everything in the 70s-ass trailer into a piss-stained color. The walls are paneled wood with missing parts, and it's hard to see through the plates, bottles, and used tissues. Gross. There's orange shag carpet underneath. No, I don't want that bitch cop finding us. She's already got it out for me. He lays back on the bed, looking at the ceiling, one of his giant ears folding under his head. He lifts his head back up to swat it back into position. You're over your whole anxiety stuff, right? I told you this ain't like pot. It's not something you fuck around with. Well, you saying shit like that is really helping. I try to keep my voice steady. He watches me for a while, then nods to his shitty TV. Want to watch something while it sets in? Might help you relax. That does sound like a good idea, but still I'm not so sure. Wasn't I doing this to discover myself? Now that I think about it, I'm not really sure why I decided to do this in the first place. Maybe to figure out why I'm so goddamn broken? He takes my silence as a yes, though, and goes over to a splintered shelf to pull out a VHS. His TV is so fucking old it's got a VHS player built into it. This cartoon got me through a lot of tough times as a kid. He turns on the TV and sticks it in. I watch the white play letters appear over the blue screen before it flickers to fade to a faded-out picture of a pink feline thing in a diaper. Distorted music crackles out of the TV's tiny speakers as the cat starts talking to us in a high-pitched whine. I frown. This is just creepy. No, that's just 'cause I played it way too many times. Just watch and try to relax. Jeremy comes back to the bed and I lean back against the wall while Jeremy curls up next to the pillow. I'm not totally sure what the show is about since the TV is kind of quiet and the audio is all fucked up. All I can figure out is that the cat thing and his baby bird friend are trying to make something, a cake, I think, but they're making a huge mess. It feels like one of those shows that might be fun to make fun of with Leo or something, or Chase. He always laughs at the stupid shit I say. The kitchen they're in is a bright pink that almost stings my eyes, and I'm not sure if it's because of the distortion or if it was like that originally. It starts to hurt a lot, so I look up at the ceiling. There's a whole bunch of holes in it, and there's one part with wires hanging out and pipes inside. Suddenly, I'm really wishing I'm not here. I start to grip the bedsheets because things are feeling really light. My body feels light like a cloud, and now I know it's starting. I try to relax because that's what Jeremy said I should do, but now the ceiling is starting to move. The pattern's starting to swirl around that hole like it's a whirlpool. No, like it's a black hole. I don't know what to think. It is kind of cool to watch, but that feeling that I'm not connected to anything isn't really fun, and it's actually kind of scaring me. I still feel like I'm floating up towards that black hole, like it's sucking me in. I jolt and take a breath that sounds sloppy because I'm drooling down my chin and I whip... oh, God. I whip my head around to look at Jeremy. He's staring at his paw and he looks up and grins at me. You alright? I just stare at him. How long has it been? It's like I just jumped an eon between the time I was staring at the black hole to now as I'm staring at Jeremy's face. His eyes are bright white, like marbles burning into me. I try to breathe normally. I try not to freak out. Hey, watch the TV. It's alright. If it gets too bad, you can just pull out one of your joints. I turn my eyes to the TV and see that pink tiger guy again. He's pointing at the oven, talking to the bird. It's a green bird, and for some reason the orange on his wings keeps slipping off, like those feathers are a jacket that he can't keep on. I'm still not completely sure about what's going on, but now I think I'm starting to realize. The tiger wants the bird to get in the oven, to clean it, because there's shit in between the grating. Stuff that needs to be cleaned off because they don't have anything to put the cake on before they can put it into the oven. So the oven needs to be super clean. But the tiger doesn't really care if the oven is clean. He's going to shut the door as soon as the bird gets inside, and then he's going to turn it all the way up to 500 degrees and cook the bird alive. Suddenly I'm fucking pissed. Jeremy made me watch this shit to freak me out. He didn't really want me to calm down. He wanted me to lose my mind watching this cartoon horror show. I look over at him and glare. What the fuck is this? He doesn't even look up from his paw. What else is he planning? If he was willing to be this cruel to me, what else is he gonna do? Suddenly I'm really scared and breathing hard. I stand up quick and that's when he finally looks up at me. Carl? Dude, just leave me alone. Carl, what are you saying? Stop it. I turn away and stumble to the door. Carl, whatever it is, it's not real. He sounds distracted, like he doesn't care. He doesn't even get up off the bed to follow me, which is just fine. I stumble out and gasp as the cool air hits my lungs. It feels good because I'm leaving behind whatever bad shit is inside Jeremy's trailer, inside that black hole. And now suddenly I just feel sad and lonely. Why the fuck did I hang out with Jeremy? I stand there for a second, looking around, and that's when I realize I don't even know where I am. It's dark and there aren't any lights on the streets. How the hell am I supposed to get home? Leo can help me. Just thinking about him fills me with a warm feeling, like back when I was 17 and Dad just told me he'd pay for everything. I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone. I stare at it, and I stare and stare and stare because I don't even know what to push. Little apps keep swirling around like the black hole. I shut my eyes and push where I know the phone app is supposed to be. I open them again and see the keypad and I blow out a sigh of relief. Then as soon as I push the first number, all the numbers change. I frown and push the next number, but the numbers change right before I hit it, and I spend the next 10 minutes, 20, 80, 2 hours trying to figure it out, but it's no use. I keep shaking my phone and swearing, like it's gonna help. I finally give up and stumble to my car, trying to keep my breathing under control, because I'm on the verge of a panic attack and I have a feeling that it's gonna be way worse than the one I had at school. For a while, I sit there in the seat in the dark and stare out through the windshield. I see the beginnings of swirls and whirlpools again, so I look down at my hands, and that's when I see the furs shifting around too. I close my eyes and just think about how nice the cool leather feels against my thighs. It's the drug, it's the LSD. I'm having a bad trip. I know this, but just knowing that still scares me. At that moment, I hear and feel something run past the window and bounce over the hood of my car. I whip my head up and stare into the blackness and feel my throat close up. But please! I say it to no one, but everyone at the same time. It comes out strangled and whiny because I'm about to start crying. Home. I need to get home. God, I hate this music. It's so creepy. I turn on my car, but I'm not really sure where I'm at. A GPS, that'll help. I lean down towards the console, trying to find the right button. Again, things are moving around, and the bright blue LED lights are blurring and leaving long trails in my vision. I have to close my eyes again and stab at different buttons, scaring the shit out of myself when music starts blaring. Psychedelic rock is a lot less fun now. That thing is out there, and I don't want to attract it with noise. I manage to turn the music off, and what seems like an eternity later, I hear the words I've been looking for. State your destination. Home! I almost sob it out, leaning back in the seat and covering my face, sighing with relief. Navigating to Pueblo. You should reach your destination in 3 hours and 32 minutes. My eyes fly open. No! I struggle to remember the stupid name I gave it. No, fat ass! For some reason, it's only hitting me now how stupid that name is, how unfunny and immature it is. I've been so lazy that I haven't taken the time to change the name of my stupid GPS that I named 5 years ago. Again, I feel the bony skeletal thing rush by my passenger window, dragging its fingers along the glass. Fat ass, navigate home! Navigating to the University of Pueblo. No! You should reach your destination in 3 hours and 39 minutes. No! I slammed my fist into the console. I'm about ready to run out of the car, into the darkness screaming for help. Not just because I'm scared, but because sitting still is almost as bad as being lost. I need to move. Legs are bouncing up and down, hitting the steering wheel, and it feels like I'm peeing my pants. I take a few deep breaths. I can do this. I just need to calm down. Fat ass. Stupid, immature. Yes? I pause, because I know it's not supposed to do that, or is it? I try to remember what I was going to say. Yes? The tone is different, taunting, like it knows that it's fucking with me. It doesn't wait for me to say anything. Navigating to the thing. You have arrived. Your destination is on your left. I cower in my seat because I can feel it standing right next to me, outside the window, staring in at me through the glass. I cover my face with my paws and I can feel tears leaking through my fingers. I stay like that for a long time. Hours stretch into weeks, stretch into months, stretch into infinity, and I fall back into the black hole. It stretches my mind, starts pulling it apart along with the rest of my body. I start to give in, start to give up. Navigating home. You should reach your destination in 3 minutes. Slowly, I bring my paws down from my face. The clock says 2:23. If that's right, it's been 2 hours since I ate that sugar cube. I look out the window and see that the light is still in on Jeremy's trailer. I wonder if he's going through the same things as me. But I calm now, and I know that why the GPS was freaking out earlier. It was stupid of me to lose my shit like that, especially now that I know that Chase is in the car, home from spring break. He's been fucking with me, trying to get me to go to Pueblo with him. I remind him that I'm tripping the fuck out, and that messing with me in any way isn't a good idea. I look around and I can't see him. But that's okay, it's just nice that he's here. That's not Chase. I put the car in drive and pull onto the road. Start driving where the GPS is telling me to go. I'm chill now, but I still feel like something's following me. Makes me feel better that Chase is telling me about school, about how much he misses me. I think I feel him caress one of my horns, which is okay because it feels nice. My car rolls along down the road, and over time things start to blur together. Again, time stretches and distorts, but it's okay because Chase is talking to me. Then his tone gets more urgent. He's trying to warn me about something. I frown, dread starting to roil in my gut again. What now? I think about looking into the rearview mirror. I don't want to, but I do as soon as I do. But I do as soon as I do and as soon as I do, I'm screaming. Red, bony with black holes for eyes, and something grabs my neck. I let out a long, strangled moan of horror, and my hoof slams the gas. That moment stretches, distorts, alters, and changes just like the VHS Jeremy had shown me that lifetime ago. I go back and forth. I repeat in loop, the thing killing me forever. I'm lifted out of my seat, and my head slams into something, sending white light flashing through my eyes. An explosion hits me in the stomach and chest, and now I can't breathe. Little hard pebbles pelt the back of my head as what sounds like sand being poured out onto paper echoes in my ears. Slowly, I sag back down into my seat, and my vision is full of white, a balloon pushing out of the steering wheel. On that white are little dark red spots that keep popping up in different spots. I cough, and there are a million of them. I stare at them, confused, and they start to dance around in a whirlpool. I crash the car. I realize and also realize that I've killed Chase. He's been sitting in the car with me, trusted me with driving, and he hit the windshield without the horns and skull to protect him. I start sobbing. Liquid runs down my face, tears, maybe snot, but it's dark and I realize it's blood. It's probably all three of those things. Time stretches, distorts, loops, repeats. Somehow I get home. Somehow I ditch the car and ran up the road all the way to the house. The entire way I tried to dial 911 on my phone to get to Chase some help, but the buttons won't hold still. I couldn't look at the time, but I know he's lying in a bloody heap in the passenger side footwell. I gotta pause it right here, y'all. Now we'll finish this in the last one. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks, or tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!